Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to be playing some Abzan Breach, the Multiverse. I really wanted to play it. We haven't been able to play it in a long time, or it just hasn't been very popular in a long time. Along with like Kaya and Vraska, because I think they're really fun cards to play with. Outside of that, we're pretty much playing the Up the Beanstalk package with the two marches that are really good with it, and playing the Sunfall's Farewell, and all our top end draws cards off Beanstalk. Beanstalk definitely showed why it's worth splashing in these games. So if you're kind of on the fence about Beanstalk, this is definitely a good video to kind of convince you that it is good enough to splash. Outside of that, let's just go ahead and get into the games. I talk about the deck a lot more in the outro, and if you enjoy the content, please, for me, be sure to like and subscribe. I truly appreciate it. So let's just get into them. I forgot to hit the record button, but we're going to keep this hand. I don't have a whole lot more time before I start getting clocked. This hand's pretty solid on the fact that we have like pretty good removal, and then we can Sunfall the board and hope to get to this Beseech. Also, Dread Knight comes in. We can go ahead and cut down it to buy us some time here. Cut down probably going to be pretty bad against things like Glissa and whatnot, so go ahead and use it now. Force them to do that next turn. Play Raise Verge, stick it. Buy time for the Sunfall pretty much is what we're hoping to do here. Liliana the Veil's probably worst case scenario for us. Just like, why did I mention her name? I just summoned her.
Those who get in my way, to drop it.
Oh, I guess we let Landwar Waste go. Yeah, we have plenty of black mana. Don't need a ton of green mana. They let Mosswood go entirely. This is generally pretty good for them to keep a hold of, because like drawing with this over and over again with Liliana is really, really nice. I just don't know if we have a way to get out of this, to be honest. There's Glissa. We're gonna let Cut Down go because it's not any good here. No activation on Liliana the Veil. Interesting. Let's eat this up. Honestly, maybe they would just want to activate again. We'll see. Worst case scenario, they activate. I pitch Cut Down. So I kind of want to do it to that because it's going to get wide. Well, no, I don't, because Sunfall is really great for this. They don't seem keen on activating Liliana, so their hand must just be good. It's all spells, clearly, because they haven't hit a land drop for a turn or two. Player discards a card. Realistically, you've got to let the Breach go at this point.
You won't be
I mean, we're going to end up probably exiling the Cut Down or something. My turn. Well, it is what it is. 3-5, so I have to do it now. Let it all go. Get Liliana dead. They're on 3 lands, but they keep playing spells. Liliana won't be able to plus. Maybe they don't have another one. That's what we're hoping, of course. We're hoping to find a land, then Sunfall the board. I mean, Beanstalk's start. Time to bean. And we find a land. Forgot I made this deck when the basics fixed themselves, or like freaked out. Never know what to do with that, because I know why they're frustrated. They're not hitting a land, which does kind of suck. Like, it doesn't kind of suck, it does suck. They're literally not hitting lands. So I never know what to respond with that, but I feel like if they hit lands there, they probably have a Shieldred online. They definitely could have dashed the underdog. So I think we see a little bit of a variance there, in which we're probably supposed to lose the game. All right. Well, we have pretty much the same scenario as what we talked about in game 1, where we kind of have a bigger spell in our hand, but we have cards that can probably get us to it. Okay. Be a little bit fortunate here that they don't just pop off. Weaver, fine. Never really know what to remove here. Like, Weaver's obviously the problem. This is definitely going to keep growing. I'm not really going to be able to stop that anytime soon. Let's play planes. When can we remove this? It's only activated or triggered ability. So sure, let's just see what happens here. Guess I could have just marched this out of the way, huh? Let that resolve before Spirit of Companion resolves, so they can't copy the draw here. We'll take the Weaver out. So I can definitely see them playing Companion, drawing, activating this to draw again. Another Visitor is pretty tough. You might have to try to get value out of our Intangible here. We're hitting all the land drops. We're wanting to play Sanctum into probably a Cottage. Hold it like Intangible something, marching something. So hopefully we can march one of these visitors, or Intangible one of them. It works out for us. That's a spirit, so it doesn't do anything. One green. What do you have? Another visitor? Can you stop with these? Attack out. We Intangible. We get the value here. Remove that. Take 2. We're buying time. Just 3 mana. Honestly, Cottage at this point, you're just gonna have to sit at home, buddy. We'll get you in play later. If we need a green mana of any sort, we got Mythic. Spreading the love makes sense. But we're definitely gonna march this. Action from like humans, I believe. At 0. Get it out of here. So they can't bring it back. We have to survive this turn and next turn. Oh, March is definitely gonna help us do that. Alright, brother. Run buck wild. Play your whole hand, even. I guess we're supposed to march this. Just like not let them put counters everywhere. Honestly, definitely a mistake by me. I just shouldn't allow them to overload too much. Nothing for last card. Well, everything, all of it. This is the 4 life comeback. This is not the 4 life comeback. 4 life comeback. Can I remove this? I can. Oh, let's get Mama in.
A whole legion of enemies.
Isn't it kind of cool that this enters as a 1/1, but because the way Calyx works, it enters and puts a counter on itself? This also has hexproof, so it can be hit with ossification. We'll go ahead and gain a little life here rather than not scry. I think I'm definitely in front here. I'll have Calyx hit, maybe. Maybe they'll remove it. They conjured it themselves. Fair enough. The only problem, opponent, is I don't think you can keep up with the Kaya anymore. It would take white the hand to do so. At this point, draw 2 cards. Each opponent you can scry.
I've done my research.
I'm just going to keep filtering here. We can gain the life off the cottages and the Mythics and stuff of that nature. Come up. Come on, come on. Attack. Eating Gonjo, the only card in their graveyard because of Farewell. Hit. Call it a good day. We sack this, we go to 9. Spirit Companion is a good draw. That's why they left it on top, because it's just a redraw. Sure. I don't know if they feel super confident in what's happening. Take our turn. I mean, I'm not going to not play it. I'll take Calyx. Thank you. I'll go to my graveyard, and I guess I'll take the only option. Make the might bigger. Why not? Yeah. Just try to close the game at this point.
That's just a start.
That's the only thing attacking here.
I have got new moves to teach you.
Attack. Don't really have a whole lot to worry about. Just pop this out of the way. All right, opponent. Yeah, Weaver not going to get it done. So we're able to stabilize just enough with a Farewell, which Farewell is really good at stabilizing. Stabilize enough. Then we rip a Kaya off the top when we were probably dead lost. I mean, a removal spell would have been fine, but Kaya showing why she's so strong. All right, opponent goes first. We have a low land count in our current hand, but we have a lot of removal. Then hopefully we can hit the Wandering Emperor and things like that. Do find a land, which is really nice. We have to get our Black Source down now. White so far. Let's Beanstalk then. We want to make sure we hit lands. Finding cards like the Marches are just good with these oversized cards in our hand. I mean, I don't think that's the best thing I've ever seen. Nothing turn 1 or 2 and then just add a line on 3, which you don't get to cut down and add a line very often, so we'll definitely take it. That doesn't even bring that back. That's crazy. I mean, I guess just be mana efficient. Let's just pop it. I was thinking about marching it, but I don't think we need to. All right, well, we just pass again. Then we Emperor on instep. Or remove something if needed. Another Adeline. Sure. Emperor in. Maybe they have something like an ossification potentially. Okay. I mean, I'm sorry, opponent, at this point. I'm just gonna cut down this out of the way. And we have another one on backup. We're not drawing any lands, so our opponent's gonna have a hard time getting anything to resolve. And if they somehow have a turn where they drop a 6 land, play a ton of stuff on the board, if we ever draw a land, we Sunfall. There's ossification, which we pretty much knew about. Or at least put them on. The reason, kind of the way we put them on this card, by the way, if like maybe like 5 Vice is good. The reason I kind of put them on this is because they did nothing on turn 1 and 2, which tells me that they were prepared to be ready to face some aggression at some point. Do we go for the throat this? I mean, I guess it's just march it, right? Oh no, because then these don't die, so I kind of have to go for the throat. I don't have to go for the throat, nothing. What am I talking about? Being super impatient there. Play this. Move to combat. I could have brought up this, but I want to kind of ensure this dies. Don't block at all. Sure. 3, 4. I want to gain as much life here against this deck. They have 1 card in hand. I'm going to draw with Beanstalk here. I think that's much better. I assumed we were going to get a block. I wanted them to block and then I take out the Archangel Elspeth. But I don't quite get it there. I mean, I'm blocking. Was that attack a mistake? I've done it before too, where I've just spammed the space bar. My hair is like actually upsetting me. I got it cut today and it's just like laying super flat. It's making me mad from how long it was before because it's just not laying the way I want. All right, cool. We'll keep this for sure. We have Beanstalks to play. Go for the throats to unleash. Unless they're an artifact deck. Would not be good. Oh. I mean, March is also incredible. So we'll play a Beanstalk here. Try to get it cooking early while we can. Find more removal, which we do. Felden's a problem. What to do? I'd really like to answer the Godric that I think they'll probably try to play here. Or Squee. Okay. Everybody relax. Do we have the answer? We can go for the Throatus now or just march it and kind of negate the Felden this turn. Yeah, let's do that. You can play it later if they'd like. Draw land. Good draws. Now we play Beanstalk because we have a go for the throat to play. We have March, which is very nice. We're just trying to dig the Sunfall Fable. I don't even feel like I passed a turn yet before they got to play a land. Homie's cruising. They've had enough. No dragon reveal. Pick. All right, opponent. Are you gonna attack the invasion? Oh yes. Finally. I get like to some extent kind of annoyed by the opponents that are like, yeah, I'm not going to attack you. I'm going to attack the invasion. And it's like, man, just attack me. This is also why we go for the throated the Monastery Swift Spear. But we should be pretty solid here now. They scryed the top, which is fine. We'll let this go. We have all the removal in the world. We just need to pretty much march one of these massively. We did a Kamano. They don't have enough cards in the bin. Sure. We march. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll pitch one of the go for the throats. Let's get this out of here. Double Beanstalk draw. See what we get. We find a plains. We find another march. Ah, sure. Hit me for 2. I'll take my turn. Find another Beanstalk, which is just entirely unnecessary. Pass. I don't even know what draw they could get here. That would really help them out too much. Bring Squee back. Which, if we get to combat and attack with a Felton, we'll see if they have a Monstrous Rage. Doesn't seem like it. Exile this. Double Beanstalk draw. Yeah, I wouldn't stick around anymore either, to be honest with you. Alright, we go first. We can Fortress, Besage you, Beanstalk, or go for the throat. So we'll keep. Beans. This makes me think of the thing. It's like nightmare. I have no idea what that thing's even from. I just seen it like as a meme. So something crazy. Please forgive me. All right, what do we do here? Honestly, let's just diversify mana a little bit here. We have a Shattered Sanctum, so if we need an extra white source, we can get it immediately. Big red, just turn 3 Squee. We had this earlier where we played mono white and they just turned 3 out of line, and we're just like, is this good enough, sir? And we're like, not really. Love it. Thought about just sunfalling it, but do that later. It'll be fine. I mean, that's a good hit. Even though that'll allow them to bring their Squeeze back. But they've hit 4 lands. We have not. Or we have. Why did I say we haven't? I'm drunk, dude. Leave me alone. That's obviously a joke, by the way. I'm not. Actually, don't even drink. That's besides the point. Get to ending my turn. Oh, we got a spicy boy. Soak the Flames I would consider pretty spicy. What if they've just been blue-red this whole time, but they've only played mountains? Falls under the same categories before, where we're like, really, what's our opponent playing? Never mind. They're playing Burn Me to Death. Relax. Stop it. You have more? You have a cut down being a really funny draw here. Because we're going to bring up this Fortress. Then if they bring back a Squee, which they definitely can, we just get to cut down it. All right, let's gain our life back. Little by little, we'll get there. Although, like, some part of me really just wants to let the squeed loose. But I know that's such a horrible idea. Like, I want to draw off this, but, like, that's just me being impatient. As I ever could be. Although, they might not give me a choice, I guess. Destro Anger it? I have a sneak attack card. I feel like they're just like, bait him, bait him, bait him. Which if they Monsters Rage it twice, which I think is the plan, then we have to Sunfall it. And I feel almost dead. That just stoked the flame. Oh no. The odds they have a Stoke to Flame team. Or just like a haster here. We besiege. Oh, realistically attacking with this, making a food is so much better. I just have to play a turn. Hope they don't have Stoke to Flame, I guess. Maybe find, well, we have a go for the throat so we can answer any creature. A Stoke Flame, please. Please. Come on, bro. This is a slow roll, I swear. I mean, I'm going to make plays. I'm not holding any counter magic. I feel like that's a mistake, though. I think I have to hold up removal. Do they have anything important in their graveyard? No, just those. Well, those are actually kind of important. Let's do this because it's also a harder creature to remove. No, it's not. They're both 4. They both have 4 toughness. Even though if they have Stoke to Flame, they should just kill me. Let's attack with this. Be one of these. Now we just hold it. Yeah. Like, Kaya's obviously cool, and I might play it here in a second, but go for the third's the option that I have available to me. I'll take it. Is this another monster? It is. Well, let's clear this out. Now is a great time to play Kaya. I don't even lose to bring up Foundry Monsters Rage it next turn. So now we play Kaya and we just gain 3 life over and over again. Hey, belly. All right, man. We'll keep this for sure. We get Fortress now. We can play Thicket. We have the removal needed. And we're on the play, so that's fantastic. Grixis, I would imagine. Could be vampires. A-Shizzle's been playing vampires a lot. Probably prepping for the new set. It's kind of why I haven't played vampires at all. Because the new set, I think, is going to bring so many that it's actually probably going to be a deck. Along with, like, Cavern of Souls and things like that. Where you just make them uncounterable. I'll take my damage like a good boy. Nothing? So far, it's just Rakdos, but we'll see. Have a play? Epicure, sure. Might march just to mitigate the damage. Or then Virtue the next thing, and then have Sunfall for any craziness that they'd like to do. Although that's also good. Oh. Wait, what is happening? What? Arena has no bugs whatsoever. You would leave it alone right now. I wonder, I'm not even saying that they played slow there. I wonder if it was just like as glitchy for them as it was for me. So it like just waited forever to pop. Well, there's the Grixis land. That could just be the cycle, so I'm not going to put too much stock into it for now until they show me otherwise. Never mind. That's enough to show me otherwise. You got it. All right. We don't really need a 5th mana right now, so we'll just play that. Corpse Bridge and things can be hit with March. Currently, a Shieldred will put me to 17, and I'll Sunfall it or something probably. Maybe. Kind of, sort of. I'm not going to activate the Fortress because I think their hands probably just like go for the throats, cut down all the removal in the world, so there's just no point playing to it. Because if it wasn't that, or cards that they thought were valuable, they would have already sacked these blood tokens and thrown them away. At least in my opinion. Although, one thing we do have to worry about is us getting breached and they hitting our Kaya or something. That is something they could do. I have a make disappear in hand if I draw a land here. Wait, why am I getting hesitated? What is... What? Well, team, you might see the rest of this match. I have no idea. Ass. I don't even... My turn is different. Their turn? Sure. Well, we draw a card we can't use, so we pass again. Oh my. Brother. We're not gonna let him stack first. We're gonna hit it with 4, and we're gonna pitch this cut down. We're gonna make him hit us with it now. I haven't seen the Hidetsugu combo in a while, if that's what they're actually on. The reason we pitched the cut down, by the way, is so we can pay for a make disappear, because that's what they left mana up for, and I assume that's why it took so long to play this Hidetsugu. But could have paid 1 more, I guess. It could make disappear just to counter my life gain, which would kind of make sense. Like, they're already going to lose Hidetsugu anyway, but the only problem is if they do that, I draw land, I play like Breach or like a Virtue they know about. Kind of like questionable to do that. Pretty questionable to do that. But, you know me, Mr. Ajani. They also could be getting server latents and shoes and stuff like that as well. They fire off to make disappear. They're not afraid. They hit a make this. What is happening? Line? They hit a land. Sweet. You ever cast a brainstorm with Narset in play? Not great. Narset doesn't allow you to draw more cards. If it's your turn and you cast brainstorm, Narset says, "Hey man, would you like to draw one and set that back, the other cards back on top?" Actually, if you draw on your turn, it says put them all back. Well, we know they already have the Hidetsugu, so we'll take it, and we'll take that Kaya we just hit. Kaya better, or is Vraska better? I think Kaya's better. I think Kaya's better. It has Hector. Ah, yes.
Sounds easy enough.
Hard decision. Really funny. Because if they kill it, I would like to draw cards. Honestly, let's just draw them back. They can scry one.
I don't move without knowing my target.
They've had enough. Okay. Oh, because I built you forever. It went horribly, and now here we are. But yeah, so I'm going to talk about Abzan Breach. I basically went back and was like, we used to play this card all the time, and it used to be the top end for a lot of these decks. So I said, new season, let's try it. Let's bring it back a little bit, see how well it goes. I definitely have some faults with this deck, which we'll definitely get to. But I also never really got to play Kaya or Vraska kind of at their peak whenever they were really highly played. Kaya and Vraska might be played in like the Orzhov slow like control deck that's not really splashing green to play Beanstalk at all. But we are, because Beanstalk is sick. So other than that, we have the Farewell with the Sunfalls. A lot of times you'll see Sunfall being like a 4 of. However, I opted to play one Path of Peril along with the White Sun's Twilight to kind of help bridge like a wing condition, but also a lowered the ground removal spell against like soldiers if needed, and especially like token producing decks. And then we only have 2 virtues, which this might be questionable at best. Maybe like cut down on one of these or one of these and add another virtue, because we are such a high mana density deck that we definitely want to be getting to this. I think we're pretty high. 26, not the highest, but we're hoping Beanstalk basically draws us to our lands. So yeah, I have to play Kaya a lot today. I love playing Planeswalkers normally. I don't like when my opponents play Planeswalkers. Mainly, I don't like when my opponents on Arena play Planeswalkers because I don't know what it is about Planeswalkers. Maybe you understand. Like, people generally play a lot slower when they have a Planeswalker because they don't know what ability to activate sometimes, especially when you have such a strong one like Kaya or Vraska that kind of takes like a second to answer. If you get in a matchup where our opponent's playing slow, like they're still playing, but they take a lot of time, it just can be kind of frustrating, especially when you're recording and editing, because you have to cut out all the middle pieces because nobody really wants to wait. It's kind of a editing gripe, I guess, more than anything. I just like sit here and I know I'm going to have to cut all the space. But other than that, we kind of have like a few other things to talk about. I'll bring them over here so we can actually see them. We have quite the mainland package. This is our main way of beating control. We're pretty soft to it, especially Jace. Also, I've been getting crushed by Jace a lot lately again, which is not fun. But we're pretty soft to Jace because we're pretty much slower. We want to bully all the creature decks, which is definitely like the top of the meta. Like if you're playing best of one, you kind of have to take your losses where you have it. We lost to mono blue, which we ended up having like a march in hand, a go for the throat, and a cut down in hand, and just like couldn't kill Haughty Gens at all because like the amount of mana we had to pay into these. We lost them to Spell Pierce, or we tried to go for the throat and they would have a hard counter spell, and then we tried to cut down and they just phased it out or something, or cut down was just irrelevant entirely. So it was just like a tough matchup. We really didn't do anything, so obviously I didn't show it. But then we lost another game where I'm pretty sure we were just stuck like on an awkward color. I'm pretty sure all we drew was green, black, and like Phyrexes. So we had no white mana, and if you go into here, white mana is a big part of our deck. It's almost pretty even. So we couldn't cast Sunfalls, Farewells, Wandering Emperor, White Suns, or this March. And cut down wasn't relevant in the matchup. Go for the throat was also kind of tough because they were playing artifact creatures. So it was like a tough matchup. So we were not undefeated today. If the video ends up only showing wins, don't really like to do that. I definitely like to show a variety if that's how the games go. We are in gold and we just hit plat. So there is some spicy stuff happening down here because I didn't have enough time to grind really. And we got stuck in like diamond at the end of the season, but it is what it is. But hope you all enjoyed. I definitely enjoyed playing this list. I really do enjoy playing the Beanstalk with the marches in the deck list, speaking of like these marches here. So that's my thoughts on the deck. There's a lot to talk about. I could go on about our matchups and really break it down, but it doesn't really matter that much. I'll catch you all later in the next one. See you later. Goodbye.